Caribou Song, written by Thompson Highway, illustrated by John Rombaugh. So Mr. Highway is a member of the Cree Nation, and Mr. Rombaugh is a member of the Dene Nation. So they are both from groups of indigenous peoples. One reason why I chose this book today for our unit. Look at these beautiful illustrations already in Caribou Song. Now, boys and girls, you'll have to forgive me because I do not speak the Cree language, which this book is written in both the English language and the Cree language. So I'm going to try to read a couple of the words, and they might not sound great, but I'm going to do my best. Okay? Joe and Cody lived with their mama, their papa, and Cody's black dog Utsi. They lived too far north from most trees. Most of the year, the lakes and islands and rivers and hills were covered in snow. I just read the English part. If you look here, it's written in the Cree language right below. Kind of neat, huh? All year long, they followed the caribou with a sled pulled by 8 huskies. Mush, Papa would yell, and the dogs would run straight forward. Cha, he would shout, and they would turn right. And when he yelled, ooh, they turned left. There it's written in English and Cree. Here's our dogs. Let me show you a close-up of the dog, the huskies, pulling the sled. Notice all these colors. Joe played the accordion, the kitochigan. From morning to night he played and sang, Atik, atik, astum, yo ah ho ho, caribou, caribou, come, come, yo ah ho ho. I bet he sang it better than I did, huh? And from morning to night, Cody danced. He danced on the rocks, he danced on the ice, he even danced under the full silver moon. There he is dancing. It's cool pictures. One day at the end of May, the family stopped on an island. After a lunch of whitefish and bannock, Joe and Cody wandered off and found a meadow surrounded by a forest. In the middle stood a great big rock. Cody, said Joe, this is the perfect spot. Let's sing and dance for the caribou. You dance with your arms up like antlers. I'll sing atik, atik, and play kichuchigan. And before you know it, 10,000 caribou will burst out of the forest. Do you think it'll work? Think they can dance up the caribou? So, Cody raised his arms to look like antlers and began to dance. He lifted his left moccasin, then his right, then his left, and then, oof, there he was, flat on a tuft of pillow-soft caribou, moss poking through the melting snow. Caribou moss, huh? So caribou must eat moss. There he is, lying on the caribou moss. Atik, atik, astum, Joe played and sang as Cody got up and danced like a young caribou. They were so busy dancing and singing and playing kichuchikan that they didn't hear the rumbling. Oh boy, what do you think the rumbling could be? There they are, singing and dancing. And they hear rumbling. Interesting. Mama and Papa were sitting near the fire drinking tea. Thunder? Mama asked Papa. In May? Can't be, said Papa. Not until summer. Then what can it... But Mama never finished her question. There they are at the fire. Faster than lightning, 1,000 caribou burst from the forest. 2,000 caribou ran between the cooking fire and the boys. 10,000 caribou filled the meadow like a lake. You see them running? The caribou. So many of them, huh? Joe stood in the middle of the plunging caribou. Through the tangle of their rushing legs and antlers, he could just see Cody, small as a doll, sitting on the caribou moss. Joe took one step, then another, as if swimming through the snorting, steaming bodies, until he reached his brother. He got to him, didn't he? The caribou. When he took Cody's hand, they seemed to float right through the herd. The next thing they knew, they were perched on the big rock, Cody on Joe's lap, Kachuchikan between them. All they could see were antlers, and all they could hear were hooves drumming around them like thunder. Atik, atik, as Tom, Joe sang again. Caribou, caribou, come, come. And out of the drumming came the voice of the herd, whispering and moaning and wailing as if it flowed past the rock. Cody, Joe, it said, come, come. And the boys opened their arms to embrace the spirit. When the river of Caribou had become a trickle, the brothers heard another wailing sound. Mama's face was buried in Papa's parka. Woof, woof, Ootsie danced around the great big rock. Ho, ho, Papa sang out. But when Mama looked up at Papa's face, she didn't see tears, but a smile as bright as the sun. For there, atop the large rock, sat Joe and Cody, laughing and laughing and laughing. The end.